Okay, it's Wednesday, and I'm showing dedication right now because I haven't even gotten ready for work yet. I am going to be talking about last week's edition of NXT, like I do every Wednesday here on Pop. And real quick, I want to thank you guys and girls out there for getting us to over 1,000 subscribers over the past week, and we're almost very close to hitting 1,100 subscribers right now. We're over 108,000 views on the channels, so thank you very much out there for all of you that have watched the video for a second, an hour, 2 hours, multiple hours, watched a Popcast. Thank you out there. We truly appreciate it here on Pop. Now, as of course, it's not a video unless I scratch my nose, because apparently once the camera's on, it's like, you know, it's time to scratch your nose. Oh, so like, that's what happened. So what happened in 24 hours? Well, a couple things happened. Halloween Horror Nights news basically broke that there is a new contest, a contest to win a trip to Halloween Horror Nights 25, which includes hotel accommodations. It does not say where. I'm guessing probably Cabana Bay. I'm guessing where it would be. Might be Royal Pacific, who knows. Along with express access and 3-day park-to-park ticket. That's all included, plus entrance to the Jax Maniac social media meetup, Jax Ball, which is going to be on November 1st. And there was a contest a while back to have 5 people that were picked to be a part of this social media meetup, and I got in. So we'll talk about that later on. I got an email basically saying that more details are coming very soon. So closer to the event, I'll know more, and I'll be able to talk about it. But let's talk NXT, shall we? The show starts off with a really awesome video package highlighting Finn Balor and him capturing the NXT World Heavyweight Championship. Yes, I call it the NXT World Heavyweight Championship because it is a very important championship, and it was defended in Japan, so it's a world championship. I'll go with 80s logic there. Finn Balor comes out, he says basically that winning the championship made all the sacrifices in the past, it's all worth it. And they mentioned the fact that Brooklyn is going to host TakeOver, and the Full Sail crowd do not like this at all. They do not like this one iota, and I can understand that. The contract signing for said match will be tonight, and Finn says Owens hurt Neville and Sami Zayn and others, but he won the NXT Championship, and he also beat John Cena. But the fact remains, Owens didn't beat him in Japan. He can't beat him in Japan, and he certainly won't beat him in Brooklyn. So that was a good way to open the show. Really get the crowd into it until they mention the fact that TakeOver's in Brooklyn. That's always a death knell for NXT right now. We get Eva Marie in the back thanking William Regal for the opportunity, and she's in her first match back in NXT as of this time, and that's going to be up next. So Eva Marie in action against Cassie. The match was really sloppy, but Eva Marie showed a little bit of promise. She came out wearing this Nature Boy Buddy Landel style robe. Not Nature Boy Ric Flair, Nature Boy Buddy Landel. New music. And Cassie's on offense here basically most of the time. Hit a lot of the CJ Parker style leg lariats. I like that. And a spin kick. A front kick, and another CJ Parker spin kick for a 2 count. Eva Marie pulls her throat first to the middle rope, ends up hitting Slice Red number 2, and gets the victory. She's like holding her mouth because it kicked in the face numerous times, and then she blows a kiss, and she goes back to holding her mouth. So you gotta love attention to detail there. It was okay. It's gonna take a lot to summon Eva Marie. Slice Bread number 2 looked good. And that's about it. Everything else seemed really disjointed. It seemed kind of sloppy. I mean, she's getting there, but it's definitely not there quite yet. Who knows if it's going to be anytime soon. William Regal is talking to someone on his cell phone, and all of a sudden, when he goes into his office, he is greeted by Tyler Breeze. And Tyler Breeze wants an opportunity. He's like, you know what? It's really interesting. Balor and Owens, that's fine. It's interesting. You know what? Something more interesting. Give me some competition, basically. So it's setting up, obviously, who he's going to face at TakeOver. And we all know he's going to face on TakeOver. But we can't really talk about it yet because it hasn't happened on television. I'm guessing it's going to happen in the next couple weeks. It's going to be made official because I know it was made official on the tapings because that's how we found out about it. But we'll talk about it later once it happens. Baron Corbin ends up squashing Mr. 450 Hammett, who doesn't even have music. He comes out wearing purple and blue. He's got blue hair. He's got like a laser tag outfit, kind of reminds me of Mr. JL when Jerry Lynn used to use that in WCW. And he's got that laser tag gear, and he basically squashes him in like no time. So Jesus De Leon, I believe is his name in NXT. Quick squash for Baron Corbin. I guess we're going back to squash matches again. So the match that I thought they were going to do with Corbin and Joe, I think they're going to wait a little bit longer. As a matter of fact, they're giving Samoa Joe Rhino. Joe and Rhino in Brooklyn. Ring of Honor territory, yes. I really think it is a brilliant move by NXT to put this match on. I think it's going to be really fun, and I'm really looking forward to it. Speaking of Samoa Joe, he got new music, and now it doesn't sound like a game show. No, he sounds like he's the final boss in Double Dragon. That's exactly what Samoa Joe's music sounds like, and I'm sure that Joe likes that, because Joe's a gamer, so that makes perfect sense to me. Joe needs to be on Up, Up, Down, Down. Watch Austin Creed. Up, Up, Down, Down. Keep it tight. So, yeah, Samoa Joe faces off against Mike Rawless. Rawless gets a couple shots in, but Joe, like, mortalizes him, basically. He hits the Otani boot scrapes, and he ends up putting him away after a brief flurry from Rawless with the ST Joe into the Muscle Buster, and that's the end of that. So, quick match. It was basically done to highlight Samoa Joe and his skill set, and that's done really well. I mean, it was a Samoa Joe match that did not have the Atomic Drop, the Yakuza Kick, and the Senton Backsplash 3 combination, so I can't really call it a combination with 3 moves, but 3 successive moves. There you go. So we get our next match, but before that, Devin Taylor's in the back with Emma and Dana Brooke, and Emma says, you know what, it's kind of creepy that Bayley wants to do more than hug me. Yeah, I want to do more than just hug Emma too, but that's another story altogether. Evil Emma's very sultry, and that's the point. She's going to break her childish spirit, and Emma just awkwardly hugs Dana, and I thought that was really entertaining, because Dana wasn't expecting it. It was really cool. Bayley comes out for her first time since breaking her hand, and she's wearing a wrist brace, and Emma comes out wearing one of the magical tracking bands that Bayley promotes, the slap bracelets. And, I'm not a Hornets fan, you probably would just call it a slap bracelet. It's a magical tracking band to me. And this match was pretty good, actually. Easily the best match on the card. Yeah, easily, look at the rest of it, like there's only one more match left. Easily the best match on the card. Bayley hits a face buster Jericho style for a near fall. Emma starts working the hand, rams against the ring post, and she really, like, steps up her game there, steps up her, like, Anderson style work on one body part game. I thought that was really awesome. Pries her fingers apart, gets a near fall off of that. Halo chin lock, she gets dragged out, and 2 axe handles, whip in with a charging shoulder, leaping elbow in the corner. Emma's gonna rally out there and gets in trouble here. Bayley gets the middle turnbuckle, hits a spinning back elbow, and both ladies have the same idea, take each other down with the courtesy of a double clothesline. Dana pulls on the hand, the referee spots it, tosses her out, and this allows Bayley with a short Oklahoma roll for a near fall. Excuse me. So she gets a near fall off of that one, and then she rolls her up with a bridge, does Emma. She basically bridges back. It was O'Connor roll, not an Oklahoma roll. I read the wrong notes here. Near fall right there. Bayley to belly connects out of nowhere. And that's the end of that. 1, 2, 3. And Bayley to belly is the most contrived name for a wrestling move I've ever heard in my life. Basically because you either call it the Bayley to belly or the belly to Bayley. I've heard it both ways. They've used it both ways on commentary. Make up your mind, commentators. So, Bayley's on the mic after the match is over. She says she has a quest to become women's champion. I know this will happen because I've been talking about it for a year now. And this is the end game, Bayley winning the Women's Championship at TakeOver Brooklyn. But before she does that, she needs to face the best. She needs to beat the best, so she challenges Charlotte. So we can get Bayley and Charlotte down the line. We get a nice little video package about what the Powerpuff Girls have been doing on Raw, and Charlotte is interviewed by Dasha Fuentes. And basically, Charlotte goes to accept the challenge. She's interrupted by Dana Brooke, and she's like, you know what? Bayley, you'll wait another week. But Dana Brooke, you and I, next week, as in tonight, on NXT. So that sets up really well. Tag match is your technical main event here. It is the Vaudevillains taking on Sawyer Fulton and Angelo Dawkins. You have Dawkins sporting the white headband. They're wearing black and red gear. The official wrestling tag team of the Chicago Bulls, basically with the black and crimson. So I really like the maneuver there by Dawkins and Fulton. They hit a heart attack drop kick, which was basically he holds him up and with like the hold up like the Anvil used to do back in the day. Instead of a clothesline coming off, it was a drop kick from Angelo Dawkins. Got a near fall on Simon Gotch right there. They cut the ring off on Gotch. And then Gotch really utilized his flexibility. He grabs his ankle and like you would go to put it around the back of your neck, really flexible, and he back kicks out of it. So I thought that was really useful. Tagged in Aiden English, and he cuts off Sawyer Fulton when he tries to get in the ring. A chin breaker, the manly pose. And he hits the director's cut, which we haven't seen in a minute. Tags in Simon Gotch. They hit the Whirling Dervish and get the 3 count. So Vaudevillains on a collision course with Blake and Murphy in the NXT Tag Team Championships. And it's going to happen sooner rather than later. As a matter of fact, it's going to happen this week. Because we see my girl, Alexa Bliss, and she is talking for the Tag Team Champion. She basically says, I'll make sure my men leave with the championships. Trust me. And shoos Devin away. So, weird thing about this is Wesley Blake was sporting a... Oh my god. The hair has been cut, so the Lenny and Lodi hair is gone. The hair has been cut, it's really short, it's cropped like this, and it looks like a wig. It legitimately looks like a wig. So yeah, that's what we had. We end the show with a contract signing. William Regal comes out. He announces TakeOver Brooklyn. Again, booed by the Full Sail crowd. It's amazing we don't edit, folks. Kevin Owens comes out. Finn Balor comes out. We've got both competitors out. Owens goes on the offensive, says, Finn, you know what? How does it feel like to be a champion? And he mentions Brooklyn, just to get more heel heat, because he's smart. Finn may be champion, but he's still the underdog. What has Owens done? He's beaten Cesaro, set Neville packing. He hurt Sami Zayn, and he beat John Cena. Japan was a fluke. And at TakeOver Brooklyn, boo again, he'll end Finn for good. Finn says, I'm going to shove those words down your throat, and signs the contract. Contract signed by Owens and Regal. Everything's good, grand, and wonderful. Owens throws the table over on Finn, nails Regal for good measure, sets up for the pop-up powerbomb, but he comes off the ropes, nails him with the forearm, knocks him to the outside. Owens back in, eats the hesitation dropkick, in this case the shotgun dropkick, and Owens goes to the floor. They jaw with each other, and that's how we end the show. It was a decent edition of NXT this week. I liked it. Eva Marie's debut, it's going to take a bit to get me used to her. I think that she is the cornerstone of the Dana Brooke, Emma Sultry stable. I think that's the perfect direction to go. And I think it's the direction we're going to go. And I think that's going to be the smart move to go. Baron Corbin squash. Not much to say about it, really. He's on a collision course with Samoa Joe. I like the fact that I had 2, quote-unquote squashes back and forth. Corbin match wasn't a squash. It was a complete squash. The Joe match was not really a squash. It was an elongated squash, basically. The match was good for what it was. I like Bayley and Emma. It was awesome. Great women's match. I really enjoyed the fact that Bayley is now going after Charlotte to prove herself. I think that's a great idea. And they still continue the Charlotte-Dana Brooke feud after the match when they did the promo. The Vaudevillains beat Sawyer Fulton and Angelo Dawkins. I've been saying a lot about Chad Gable and Jason Jordan. I really like the other half of the former Shoot Nation, and that is Fulton and Dawkins. I think they're a great tag team. I think they utilize them really well. They kind of remind me of the Destruction Crew back in the AWA, the team that went on to become the Beverly Brothers in the WWF, like Mike Enos and Wayne Bloom. So yeah, they kind of remind me of that. And I really like their tag team continuity. I think it works really well. The contract signing worked for everything it was supposed to work for, and it got us more excited for TakeOver Brooklyn. If we couldn't be more excited right now, we have a 3-day weekend on Pop. We are going to be doing SummerSlam. We're going to be doing NXT TakeOver, and we're going to be doing Raw. So we're doing TakeOver on Saturday night, SummerSlam on Sunday night, and Raw on Monday night. And we will be joined not just by Aaron and Ashley. Oh no, Victor will be joining us as well as probably Cleveland. So we're going to have a full house talking all things WWE and NXT for that entire Pop weekend, which is coming at you in a couple weeks. So not too much longer. 3 weeks. 3 weeks till TakeOver, SummerSlam, and Raw. So I'm looking forward to that. Should be a really awesome night. Series of nights for Pop and for wrestling. So that's what we got for this week. Sorry for the coughing. I just haven't had anything in my system yet. I want to get this video ready before I went to work, so I can get it out to you guys if I could before I went to work. Fingers crossed in 40 minutes I can do just that. But that being said, I want to thank you guys and girls out there for watching. Wrestling content will return next Wednesday, where we will be talking more NXT, and for WWE fans, we're going to be doing that WWE Raw Popcast, 11:30 p.m. normal time, with Aaron Ashley and myself. That's going to be on Monday night, archive available on Tuesday morning. I mean, super early Tuesday morning. Tomorrow, Sip and Snack will be focusing on some sparkling iced tea. That's going to be coming your way. AJ's movie reviews will be tackling Mission Impossible, Rogue Nation, as well as Vacation. And you're going to know why I gritted my teeth when I said that. This is not going to be pretty, folks. Mark my words. Saturday, brand new edition of Pop Flashback. We're going to be moving on to our next park, which is Universal Studios Florida. It's a segment we had in 2013. It's a replay, and that's what we're going to be doing every Saturday. We're doing this Pop Flashback segments for you guys to check out things you may have missed back in the day. If you're a new viewer, or if you're a long-time viewer that haven't seen the videos, it just kind of went away because they weren't properly labeled back in the day, there's a way to check it out. Sunday, brand new Versus. We'll kick into Robin Williams' months. Yes, I said months because the next 2 months will be devoted to Versus involving the film career of the late, great Robin Williams. So we're going to be doing our normal one in August, and in September we're going to kick back into it as well. So 2 months of Robin Williams Versus. Not all Robin Williams movies in the Versus, not really possible to do that, but at least one movie in the Versus for the next 2 months will be involved with Robin Williams. So that being said, that pretty much is going to end the month of July for wrestling content for Pop. And don't forget to join us. Halloween Horror Nights news, it's upcoming. I got a feeling in the next week we're going to be getting something scary coming up very soon. Got some really awesome information coming up that way. And like I said, we got some interesting information. Once you entered that contest I talked about earlier, you got to see 4 different blocks, 4 distinctive blocks with question marks on them, and locks basically stating 4 different days, the 4 Tuesdays in August, which may lead to more announcements. So that being said, I want to thank you guys and girls out there for watching. Like us on Facebook at Sir Owen Disney Pop, or Sir Owen Disney and Pop. That's our fan page. While you're there, friend request me on Facebook. It's Owen Disney. Tweet me at Sir Owen Disney. And if you are a theme park or wrestling podcast would like me on your show, you're more than welcome to email me, SirOwenDisney@gmail.com. That's also if you want to be a popcaster yourself, or you would like to give us ideas for verses, or Sip and Snack, or the Vlog of Randomness. We can do it that way. You have questions for me, I can't answer on here for good reason. All that, just check out my email. So that being said, I want to thank you guys and girls out there for watching. And until tomorrow, boys and girls, that's all I got to say about that.